Welcome folks to another Gamehorder collection video. This is the 2012 update of the Wii collection, the GameCube collection, and the handheld Game Boy Color Advanced DS and 3DS. Let's go ahead and get started because I'm at work right now. We'll start out with Wii. We got some Smarty Pants, pretty cool quiz game, trivia type deal. It's basically bought it to play with the family, friends. Shit like that. We got some House of the Dead Overkill. I love my Wii shooter games because it's the closest thing I can get to the arcade type feel. House of the Dead 2 and 3. Dead Space Extraction. This is an on-rails type of game like House of the Dead. Very cool. You can pick up items and go different pathways. If you like Dead Space, it's definitely worth having. Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles. This is another on-rails game. Very cool. 2-player co-op. Killing zombies, picking up, healing spray and such. Cooking, mama, who put this shit in my collection? That ain't mine. A Boy and His Blob. Bought this mainly because I love the Nintendo Classic. This one's actually pretty cool. Very similar style game. Super Paper Mario. Everyone loves Paper Mario. It's like Mario RPG. Can't go wrong. Super Mario Galaxy. That was a good one. Zack and Wiki. This is kind of a adventurous type game, kind of like the point-and-click adventure games that I play on the computer, but more or less along the lines of a Wii format. It was recommended to me and was cool. Rayman, Raving Rabbids, blah blah blah. Didn't like that one too much. Punch Out. This game's awesome. Just like the old classic Mike Tyson Punch Out and Super Punch Out. This game is great. Even got good old King Hippo back in it. This is the Wii Play. Just pools, billiards, whatever, darts. Bunch of mini games. Have the Zelda Twilight Princess. I picked up this Heavenly Guardians game on accident. I think it was like $3 in a bargain bin and it was worth about $2.50. Trauma Center, Second Opinion. This game is pretty cool. You're like a doctor and you get to dissect people and cut them open and shit and not get in trouble for it. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Sorry about the light glare in the back anyways. That's from the lighting behind me. Cool game. Just like the original Donkey Kong Country series on Super Nintendo. Smash Brothers Brawl. Everyone loves Smash Brothers. Super Mario Wii. This is the new one where you can play 4 players at a time. And Mad World. Cool game. All in black and white except all the red blood spattering everywhere. Also have the Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary Collection. This is pretty cool. It's also kind of just the same thing that the Super Nintendo cart was, besides you get some extra goodies and a music CD, soundtrack. I more or less bought it and left it sealed because I knew it would be worth some money. And it will be. This is the Metroid Prime Trilogy. This is 1 and 2 from the GameCube redone with the added Wii 3rd edition. This is already going for 60, 70, 80 bucks on eBay. And I have the new Skyward Sword collector's deal with the golden Wii remote and the game. And this is kind of a 25th anniversary deal as well. So yeah, not a whole lot of Wii games, but some goodies. Still looking to get some more. But I don't play my Wii. Out of all the systems, I probably play the Wii the least. Let's go into the GameCube games here. We got Fire Emblem. Luigi's Mansion, or Luigi's Mansion. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Star Wars Rogue Leader. Mainly got this because I was big into the X-Wing and X-Wing type TIE Fighter games for the PC. It's not as good. Here's Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. Another Mario RPG style. Super Mario Sunshine. This is the promotional Zelda disc. It comes with the original Zelda 1 and 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. all onto one little disc. This is the Zelda Ocarina of Time and the Master Quest. Never released before. I forget. I got that as some kind of promotional deal. Here's Zelda Four Swords Adventures. Zelda The Wind Waker. I liked it. I love that cel-shaded cartoon. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Now Jacksaw Jack was wondering where my Resident Evil collection was. I actually didn't get into Resident Evil until I played 4 for the GameCube. And when I played Resident Evil 4, I was like, holy shit, these games are fucking amazing. So I went back and I got all the GameCube releases for Resident Evil. So there's Veronica X. Of course, Resident Evil 4. Here's Resident Evil 3, Nemesis, still sealed. I never got around to playing him. Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil, this is the one remake that the GameCube made. It's a little bit better graphics, a little bit harder, from my understanding. Resident Evil 0. Have some Star Fox Adventures. Baten Kaitos. This is a pretty cool RPG game where you're running around with big old angel wings. Mega Man Anniversary Collection. This is 10 Mega Man games. All the NES and Super NES iterations. Definitely a good collection to have. See if I can get out of the glare here. Got Rampage Total Destruction. Beautiful Joe 2. I like the Beautiful Joe series. I think they're awesome. There's part 1. Again, cel-shaded action kind of graphics. Tales of Symphonium. It's a pretty cool RPG there. Ikaruga. Pretty hard little action shoot 'em up flyer airplane game where you got a positive and negative type deal. I guess that's a pretty big deal over there in Japan to make those kind of games. I thought it was extremely fucking frustrating. Alien Hominid. Love this game. This is kind of like the Castle Crashers if you ever played that game. Very cool cartoony graphics. Alright, let's move on to my handheld collection. I love my handhelds, and the Game Boy is probably my favorite handheld system ever made. We have R-Type DX. This is for the Game Boy Color. We're going to go through my color games first. Shadowgate Classic. Gotta own Shadowgate Classic, buddy. You can do the good old black and white graphics, or you can do the color graphics where they added like a 56 color palette. Here's Blaster Master. This is actually better than the PlayStation version. Here's Dragon Warrior 3, made for the color. Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, made for the color. Tetris DX. You gotta have some iteration of Tetris in your collection somewhere. Here's Heroes of Might and Magic, which is surprisingly good on the Game Boy Color. Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is Seasons. Or not Ocarina of Time, Oracle of Seasons, I mean. And an Oracle of Ages. I'm getting my Zeldas mixed up. Here's Zelda DX. Here's the OG Ghosts and Goblins on the color. Moving to Game Boy Advanced, I have Castlevania, Area of Sorrow. Yoshi's Island. Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I just used to buy Lord of the Rings games, as terrible as they were. Ultra Beast. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We have Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age. I still need to get the new Dark Age Golden Sun or whatever it is for the DS. Here's Wario Land 4. Lunar Legend. Metal Slug Advance. Eye of the Beholder, Dungeons and Dragons. This is actually a pretty cool rendition of the Eye of the Beholder series. It moves first person, like the original, through the dungeons, but when you get into a battle, it goes to the tactical perspective, like the old SSI Gold Box games were. This is Rebel Star. This is the closest thing that was ever made to XCOM. Ever. Really. This game is basically XCOM for your Game Boy. Game Boy Advance. If you have a Game Boy Advance or the ability to play one and like XCOM, you're missing out not having that game. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Metroid Zero Mission. Loved all the Metroid games. I try to collect them all. Metroid Fusion. Here's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Dawn of Souls. Phantasy Star Collection for Game Boy Advance, one of my favorites. This is 1, 2, and 3. No 4 on there, unfortunately, but honestly, if I had to pick 3 out of 4, that'd be the 3. Fire Emblem. And Zelda, the Minish Cap. Alright. Also have my old Game Boy Advance back here. Alright, a little beat up, but it still works. That's the old Game Boy Advanced SP. Also have my Game Boy Advance here. I got a little cool Grim Reaper sticker. You can see all the skulls in the background with a graveyard. Then on the back, more skulls. This is just a thin vinyl sticker that you put over it. Of course, you have the games in there. I happen to have Phoenix Wright in there because I'm big into attorney games. Not really. Keep my Game Boy Advance around. I love that you can put the old Game Boy games in here. The advanced games go in there, so you can play the DS and advanced. The biggest reason why I still have this bad boy is because this is the only one that'll still play color games, and they hang out pretty awkwardly there. But this Game Boy Advance will play Game Boy Color games. This Game Boy DS will not, but it will play advanced games, and it's got the nice screen. And when you open it up, I got more vinyl stickers to complement the front and back there. Also have the Zelda's Collector's 3DS here, which I haven't opened yet. I bought this because I love Zelda, obviously, and this has got the Zelda engraving on it. I bought this for about 180 bucks from an online store, I guess, before it blew up, because I've seen it go for 400 on eBay now. I still haven't opened it and played it, to be honest. I'm kind of afraid to. I'm thinking about just waiting and keeping this sealed and buying the new XL version that comes out and playing games on that one. So that's all the DS games I have, is the Zelda that comes with that. DS games, I got Mario 64 DS, Trauma Center, Under the Knife, cut you up, bitch. Rondo of Swords. Heard that was a good RPG. I haven't opened it yet, but I'll tell you some other day. Here's Beautiful Joe. Double Trouble. I like my Joe. Scribblenauts. I still need to get the new Scribblenauts. Very cool game. I love how you can literally type in anything and it shows up on the screen. I mean, you could type in anything. Buy the game and try it. It's fucking crazy. WarioWare Touched. Cool mini game. Worms. Another one of those games that you probably have on every system. Dragon Quest IV. Dragon Quest V. I still need Dragon Quest 6 and 9, I believe, are on DS. Here's Advance Wars. This is a cool turn-based military strategy type game. Children of Mana. Bought this mainly because it had the word mana in it, and I was like, oh, this got to be as good as Secret of Mana. I don't think it is, though. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. I don't know. Fuck that bitch. Etrian Odyssey. I love these fucking games, man. These are awesome RPG games from Atlas. You actually you draw your own map on the top or the bottom part as you game. So it basically reminds me of my pen and paper Wizardry, Might and Magic games. But it keeps a nice little digital graphic version for you on your game itself. Etrian Odyssey, super cool. Here's part 2. Also very challenging. I still need part 3. Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 3. Final Fantasy 12. Revenant Wings. I buy all the Final Fantasies. Don't matter. Fire Emblem. Shadow Dragon. Glory of Hercules. This is actually a pretty cool little mythology RPG. Kirby. Canvas Curse. Never got into Kirby too much, but that one's cool. Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. Zelda, Spirit Tracks. Mazes of Fate, DS. This is another cool RPG dungeon crawler. Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. Mario Kart DS. Metal Slug 7. If it's Metal Slugging, I'm gonna get it. Meteos. This is a cool Tetris-y type game. Metroid Prime Hunters. Mystery Dungeon Shielding the Wanderer. I just bought this because it was cheap and it looked like a cool little RPG. Orcs and Elves. This one's fun. It's not that long, but it's very much like Shadowcaster that Origin came out with. It's from the creators of Doom RPG, which is a RPG version of Doom. But this game is pretty cool. First person. Also reminds me a lot of Anvil of Dawn, if you've ever seen my Anvil of Dawn LP. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. This is the Ace Attorney Justice for All. These games are pretty cool if you're like into puzzle solving and sleuthing and logic puzzles, shit like that. Here's Trials and Tribulations, Ace Attorney. Super Princess Peach. Game's actually pretty cool. It's just like a Mario game. Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I want to get the rest of these Professor Layton games. They're really cool. They're basically just a bunch of logic puzzles and figuring out shit. They're fun. Good times. Good way to pass a plane flight. New Super Mario Brothers. And then here in boxes I have the Dark Spire, which is an unforgiving RPG. Very truly classic RPG. You can even do these old graphics. You see the black and white photo up there to make it look just like Wizardry. Or you can do full color graphics. I mean, you really have to pen and paper your maps. My friend Jeremy was playing this game, I remember, and he had a graph paper when we were at the airport with all these dungeons mapped out and where teleporters were and spin traps and all kinds of shit. I actually haven't got into it too much, but he said it's pretty badass. And then Legacy of Ease, books 1 and 2. And that's it, folks. Pretty much I've done an update for all my collections. The only thing I haven't done is my normal Xbox collection. I got about 40 or 50 or so Xbox games, and I'll get around to doing those eventually. Thanks for watching.